For the last few years, fashion gave us one of the most confusing trends ever. Tiny bags, mini bags, and yes, bags so small they could barely hold a lip balm. If you remember the viral mini designs from Jacquemus, you probably asked yourself the same question millions of people did. What exactly are you supposed to put in that? A credit card? A mint? Maybe just your hopes and dreams. Yet, somehow these microscopic accessories became one of the most photographed luxury trends of the decade. Celebrities loved them, fashion editors adored them, social media couldn't stop posting them. But now, something interesting is happening. The microbag era is quietly fading, and in its place, fashion and luxury bags are making a major comeback. Bigger silhouettes, roomy interiors, practical designs. In other words, fashion is remembering that bags are supposed to actually carry things. Today we are diving into why microbags became so popular, the cultural shift that's killing the trend, which luxury brands are leading their functional comeback, and what this means for the future of luxury fashion. Because the era of style over practicality may be finally ending. To understand why microbags are declining, we have to first understand why they exploded in the first place. The microbag trend didn't start as a joke. It started as fashion theater. Luxury fashion has always loved exaggeration. Think oversized shoulders, platform shoes, gigantic sunglasses. Microbags were simply the opposite extreme. Instead of making accessories bigger, designers made them ridiculously small. The moment that truly launched the trend came when Jacquemus released the Le Chiquito bag. This tiny structure handbag quickly became one of the most viral fashion items on Instagram. Celebrities started carrying it, influencers posted it everywhere, and suddenly every brand went a micro bag. Soon, we saw miniature versions from Fendi, Chanel, Prada, Louis Vuitton. Fashion houses realized something very important. Tiny bags create huge attention. They photograph beautifully, they look playful, and they instantly stand out on social media feeds. Which leads us to the real reason microbags thrived. Microbags weren't designed for real life. They were designed for Instagram. On social media, practicality doesn't matter. What matters is visual impact. A tiny handbag next to a full-size outfit creates a striking contrast. It looks unusual, it sparks conversation, and it instantly becomes shareable. Fashion brands understood that in the attention economy, the most important thing isn't utility, it's virality. And microbags delivered exactly that. Another reason luxury houses embrace them: profit margins. A microbag uses far less leather and material than a full-size handbag, but the price often very similar. Some microbags retail for $700 to $1,200, despite being smaller than a smartphone. In other words, they were high-margin accessories disguised as playful fashion statements, but trends driven purely by novelty rarely last forever. Eventually, consumers start asking a simple question: why am I carrying something that doesn't actually work? Over the past 2 years, something has changed in fashion culture. Consumers are becoming more practical, more intentional, more value focused, and this shift is happening across luxury. Instead of buying purely for trends, people are asking, is this usable? Will I wear it often? Does it justify the price? Microbags struggle to answer those questions because realistically, most of them cannot carry a phone, keys, wallet, makeup, glasses. Even the smallest daily essentials often don't fit. As a result, many people who bought microbags realized something quickly. They were novelty accessories, not everyday bags. And once the novelty faded, so did the demand. As microbags lose momentum, luxury brands are shifting back toward practical silhouettes. We're seeing a major resurgence of medium-sized shoulder bags, stretcher totes, everyday crossbody bags. Brands like Bottega Veneta have embraced soft, spacious bags that prioritize usability. Meanwhile, classic designs from Hermès continue to dominate resale markets because they balance luxury with practicality. Take the famous Birkin. It's large, structured, and incredibly functional. The same is true for the classic flap from Chanel. These bags succeed because they aren't just functional statements. They're useful tools, and increasingly, luxury consumers are returning to that mindset. Instead of collecting novelty pieces, they want bags they can actually live with. There's another reason fashionality is returning to high fashion. Economics. Luxury pieces have skyrocketed over the past decade. A bag from Louis Vuitton or Chanel can easily cost $3,000 to $10,000 or more. When consumers spend that kind of money, they expect real value. And value doesn't just mean prestige, it also means daily usability. A large tote or shoulder bag feels like a worthwhile purchase. A tiny novelty bag, not so much. So as luxury prices rise, buyers are naturally gravitating toward items that deliver more functionality per dollar. Now, here's the interesting part. Micro bags probably won't disappear entirely. Fashion trends rarely vanish completely. Instead, they evolve. Micro bags may continue to exist as statement accessories, evening pieces, novelty collectibles. But their dominance as a mainstream luxury trend appears to be fading. The new focus is balance. Style and practicality, design and usability. Fashion often moves in cycles. For a while, trends prioritize drama, exaggeration, spectacle. But eventually, reality catches up, and that's exactly what's happening now. After years of novelty accessories and extra tiny handbags, luxury consumers are discovering something simple. Bags should actually carry things. But as fashion returns to functionality, we are more likely to see designs that balance beauty, craftsmanship, and everyday practicality, which honestly feels like a refreshing change. But sometimes the most revolutionary idea in fashion is also the simplest: a bag that works. Bye 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 bye!